Hey everyone, this is Nick Ponte. Thank you so much for stopping by the GDPR Pro plugin demo video. I am going to give you a little rundown on what the plugin is and how it works and what's under the hood of it. So basically, let me pull it up for you. So when someone enters your website from a country that is affected by the GDPR regulation, their IP address will be mapped out, and it will be mapped out to the respected country. That way you can serve your GDPR privacy policy and terms of service to any traffic that's coming to your website from the EU or the UK, actually to any country for that matter. So to give you a little information about how this plugin is working, if you read this paragraph at the top here, it says that it looks like you live in the United States. I do live in the United States. I live in Hawaii. So in order to properly show you this plugin, I have it set up to prompt anybody visiting from the United States. So to continue, you need to submit to our personal data and give us explicit permission. You can read more about what we do with your data in our privacy policy. So all of this information is easily changed within the plugin. But the main thing that you need to know is that you can quickly select any country that's within the GDPR regulated countries and serve them a specific pop-up that has all of your compliant information, right? So I'm going to add my information so I can show you how this works. Cool. So you'll notice that there is a checkbox that says, yes, I have read and agree with the terms of service. I can click on the terms of service where you'll see I have my GDPR compliant terms of service that has our company Offline Sharks as the client, and actually we're going to be including with the front end of this product a white label license that your users can use to add here, fill in their own information, and edit so they can be in compliance with the GDPR regulation. So by hopefully your users will read this, they'll hit the agree section and it will automatically be checked off as yes, I have read and agree with the terms of service. And once they submit, they will then have access to your website or your sales page or your product or wherever you have this plugin set up under. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to show you the back end of that plugin and see what's under the hood. So it installs just like any other plugin. All you need to do is add the zip and activate it into your WordPress dashboard. You are then able to access the GDPR pop-up settings area, which I'm already selected. And you can see that I am in the Users tab, where I have now been able to see that I have been added as a user that has opted in and given consent to the GDPR guidelines of this website. So that's what you're looking to do in order to be compliant with GDPR when you're gathering information to further market or sell your products and services to traffic that's based out of the EU or the UK. And you can also see that we've added a export all function where you can export this list via CSV and upload it in your autoresponder or your CRM. That way you can market to specifically these people. And you can also export only those who have given consent. That way you will not market to people that have not given consent. Okay, so if I click on the plugin dashboard area, you can see that all that information that you saw in the plugin is easily edited here. Okay, you can rename the title, the name, and the description, which uses a shortcode to pull the country that is being mapped out based upon the traffic's IP address. Okay, so you can change any of this information if you'd like, but one of the most important things to remember is that currently, if you look here on the right-hand side, I'm displaying the pop-up to all of these countries, right? All the countries in the world, just to make it easy. If I select the EU and the UK button, I've automatically selected which countries are within the GDPR regulations and guidelines. So the description, if I'm using the short tag, if somebody's coming from Germany, they will be prompted with the pop-up that says, it looks like you live in Germany, right? So with that being said, if you want to create an additional pop-up, scroll down to the bottom of the page and add a second pop-up, you can target just users in the United States. Okay, and you can serve them a separate pop-up if you just want to build your list, and you don't need to have a privacy policy or a terms of service or something like that. You can actually add as many pop-ups as you'd like with this tool. And another cool thing about this plugin is that you can create pages to redirect into after the traffic opts into it. So we only have one page set up on this WordPress website, which is sample page. But if we had several other pages, they'd all appear here, and you could select which one. So by opting in, you could send them to a sales page or a product or anywhere else that you'd like to send them. And you can require that they put yes or no. That way, if they don't give consent, then they can't access your product or they can't access your page. Cool. So in addition to that, we have created the ability to edit the text, the button color, the background, things like that. I should let you know that currently the plugin uses the CSS and other design pieces of your website to conform and fit with what your website looks like. We're actually working on changing that, and we will be updating the design up until the launch day. So although it looks cool now, we're going to give it a sleek update to the design. Cool. So yeah, if you have any questions, let us know, and yeah, we'll see you on the inside.